thanks everybody for coming to check us out here. My name is Dave Thielet, representing Tulip, and my good friend Pugal here. I'll let him introduce himself as well.
Hi, name is Pugal Janakiraman, industry principal at Snowflake. Used to be at AWS as well, along with Dave before.
Yeah.
So nice to talk about human-centric AI. So go ahead.
Yeah, I think really just to maybe kind of tee up the topic for today, what we're really going to try to showcase here is some practical applications of agentic activity in a real customer's environment. And we want to make sure that as we do that, we're telling not just the final metric results of the story, which we definitely will get to, but also sort of the journey that we go on with these customers as we help them on AWS, on Snowflake, and with Tulip's applications to be able to extract more value in their operations.
Awesome.
I'm going to give you the clicker here, and you can dive right in.
Thank you. Before we get into the details of the solution, what we have jointly built together with Tulip, I want to quickly level set the audience on what is happening in a plant floor. These are the common things you can observe in a plant floor. Usually 40 to 80% of workforce in any manufacturing company are frontline operators. These are the people day in and day out running production, managing supply chain, running maintenance. Pretty much that's their job. And the biggest challenge is they are not used to coming to cloud and they do not understand AI. They are used to living within their ERP, MES, portfolios like that, within which they do their job. And most of them use Excel spreadsheet and experience-based decision making to pretty much get anything done, whether it's a root cause analysis or there is a quality deviation happening, process deviation happening. It's a painful process for them. And they are not builders of solutions. They buy solutions from partners. And added to that, the biggest challenge that workforce is going through is there is a huge amount of workforce turnover because there is a change of guard happening. I'll get to that. And another major challenge is the manufacturing process complexity is not going down. It's only going up. Thanks to software in the loop, robotics, cobotics, every one of it happening within that world, complexity is going up. So this is pretty much how the industry is. Having said that, one of the biggest bottleneck, what we are seeing, initially, if I had to quote an industry number today, 70% of the jobs, manufacturing jobs in US is unfulfilled. The biggest challenge is the millennials who are 20, 30 years in the workforce, they are retiring now and they are walking away with that experience-based knowledge and decision making. And the Gen Z workforce, one is they are not attracted to the manufacturing jobs. At the same time, the manufacturing business owners, the biggest challenge they are going through is how do you transition that knowledge into the Gen Z workers? How do you retain them? How do you incentivize them? These are all the biggest challenge they are going through because Gen Z workforce, they are not loyal to the company. They are more loyal to the skill set. They are more interested in improving their skill set, whether it's AI, ML, or large language models, whatever the latest technology is happening. How do you incentivize them? That is a major challenge they are going through today. So having said that, so the biggest challenge today in the manufacturing world, again, if I have to translate it, what does it mean? They all live with dashboards and reports, but this doesn't help them in doing the job. With that, I'm going to give it to Dave to go into details of this area.
Sure. I think when we take the perspective from Tulip and are looking at some of these things like, dashboards do not equal decisions. 80% of companies that we see out there are investing heavily, well, not more than 80% actually. They're investing heavily into technology, into new tools, into new platforms, whether that's IT or OT. The problem is, the majority of the problems that arise in these systems actually stem from user error, operator error, things like that. And so the real challenge is not what's the new technology that I need to do, but can the technology help me mitigate some of those risks? Can it help me make better decisions? Can it help me do more near real-time to real-time understanding of what's going on so that my response time is faster? What we saw in Stanley Black Decker, very similar to these kinds of challenges. Really, it's not having a real-time view of what's going on. Things that are relying on paper and spreadsheets. Many MESs are really, MES stands for Microsoft Excel sheet, right? And that becomes a very difficult thing, even though they've become habitualized over the decades of work, to actually go to the next level of manufacturing capability, efficiency, and productivity. So what ends up happening is you get these pockets of good. One shift, a team, a line, a plant even in the whole portfolio of the company might be doing really well, but that information and that capability is confined to that location and that activity. So what did we do with Stanley as we went in and jointly worked together with Snowflake operating largely as the unified namespace and data repository on which these systems were sitting, and Tulip as that frontline operator application layer, where we're working together in the agentic handshakes with Snowflake to surface up information at the right place in real time to those operators. What did that look like? Well, you can see how they went from too much data without context, having to make slow decisions and inconsistent outcomes, and I'll get to what this means financially towards the end. But really looking at people who are augmented with AI and other technologies on the Tulip platform to do their jobs better. Context-aware AI coming from things like Cortex that's looking at the multitude of disparate data points coming in and allowing for AI to process that in a way that a human mind just can't consume on that kind of level. That's enabling them, again, surfacing it through the Tulip platform to have a smarter decision. What does this do? I can still override, I still have a hand on the wheel, but I'm getting better input into what I'm doing. And that creates that more consistent performance that we're talking about. Pugal, I think I'm going to hand it back to you here.
Yep, sure, thanks. So again, I think what we have done as part of the joint partnership is to establish Snowflake as the unified namespace where the IT and OT conversions are facilitated by Snowflake and seamlessly provide AI-based insights to frontline operators using Tulip as an MES system. So that way, if there is a challenge with respect to quality deviation happening, process deviation happening, traditional working model is they scramble around to collect the data, understand the data, and then try to use their Excel spreadsheets to run root cause analysis. So all of that gets eliminated. Seamlessly, we provide that agentic interface in the Tulip layer itself, and you can do a root cause analysis and then get a response back on why it is happening, how do I fix it, how do I optimize my manufacturing operation. Every one of it is supported by AI seamlessly into the frontline operators. That's what we have architected with Snowflake Cortex, so which provides that version of codeless way to get the AI-based insights into frontline operators like Tulip.
Yep.
So the use cases, again, there are a lot more use cases. We just documented 4 use cases here. One of it is deeper operational insights to visualize and understand by contextualization, anomaly detection, and various other AI capabilities to provide the plant production metrics immediately, whether it's an OEE metrics or OPE, or whether it is going to be yield, throughput. Every one of these metrics can be visualized and by a plant operator. And you don't need to have a pre-built dashboards. Literally, you can do it on the fly using our agentic AI capability. And other common use case we come across, mainly in the process manufacturing industry. How do you benchmark 2 different manufacturing facilities, 2 different lines, 2 different shifts using the same machine? Because your productivity, your quality issues are very different. Customers would love to understand why it is happening. Why am I not getting consistent quality or consistent output for the same investment I have done? Why is it not happening? So running a root cause analysis and trying to understand that is a common ask for us. Obviously, anything around the predictive realm, whether it's going to be a quality or whether it is going to be deploying Gen AI models to the edge, seamlessly we can make it happen. This is pretty much what we have done via this partnership, where AI, which has been always a top floor priority, is getting to the shop floor in an agentic approach, more so with MCP protocols. This has been greatly enhanced and become much simplified in the last few months. That's what we have done here. So again, this gives an example of root cause analysis on a closed loop. So you find out there is an issue happening, a process deviation happening in the frontline operator within the MES system. Seamlessly, they can ask a question. You can completely analyze, and the data comes back, and the results come back to the end user. Not only that, they can also try to look at how can they fix it. They can raise a work order request, schedule labor if there is an issue with respect to the machine they are operating. Every one of it is deeply integrated between Tulip and Snowflake back into a CMMS system as well. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Dave to take it home.
So sort of just to take it home here and think about, I talked about Stanley Black Decker earlier, and the approach that we took with them, where it's really by using some of these low code, no code, and I think even that term is probably going to go away as agentic development becomes much more prominent. But the idea is we worked with Stanley to identify their most relevant use case and built an application for that. Out the gate, they saw value within the first week. After a few weeks of that running, they start proliferating additional applications, leveraging some of these capabilities for other use cases. And what we see versus a traditional kind of MES deployment is customers who see that value are starting to make changes, not just replacing the old process with the same new process and a different skin, but really starting to adjust their processes based on some of these AI insights to drive even more value. And you can see there with Stanley Black Decker, really at the end of the day, their on-time in full delivery capabilities went up 232%. And that ROI that we see at the end of the day, the dashboard isn't really an ROI. It's the decision that you make because of the insights that you're deriving from these AI capabilities that are actually what unlocks that value for customers. And that's what we saw jointly working together, leveraging some of the AWS technologies to help ensure that our things like Agent Core, Bedrock, that our integration was seamless and able to be open and using some of the different models, whether that's the latest Claude or a VLM that is looking at compliance or anything else in between. And the customer's thrilled because they know that this is also a continuously learning and improving model. So what they're seeing to date is only part of the story. There's more to it to come from our joint solution. And I think that's about it. I guess we got some time for questions if there are any.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a mic to go around for people doing questions if there are, but we'll gladly repeat it if you have some.
Right. You can figure it out.
And if you don't, that's fine too.
All right, everyone. Big round of applause for our friends from Tulip and Snowflake. There you go.